What's up, all you sports investors out there? Fame Rothstein here, Fame Rothstein Sports Investing Show. And today is Saturday, October 26, 2019. This is the Fame Rothstein Sports Investing Show NBA preview, okay? I know the NBA's already started by now, but this is a preview show, and I'm here with my beloved co-host, the L-Train.
What's happening, man?
And we're just gonna be real brief in and out on this, kind of talk about what teams we're looking forward to, finals, the finals teams, who's gonna win a title, and MVP, things like that. Very brief. So keeping with that, L Train, a lot of new faces and new places. Who you looking forward to seeing play in their new uniforms?
Well, number one on the list is Anthony Davis. You want to see what's going on with the Lakers. I want to see how him and LeBron mesh. I want to see if they get enough players to put around them to at least make it to the playoffs. Because right now, it's looking pretty scarce over there. But that's one thing. One team I want to see. I want to see. We got to see Russell Westbrook team up with James Harden against Houston, against Milwaukee the other night. Didn't look like it was going to work out too much in the beginning, but they find a rhythm, and pretty much Westbrook ended up with 24 points before you know it. So that's another person I'm look forward to. And the next one is Golden State. I want to see how Golden State adjusts to without Durant. Clay out. Probably be out for the year. I'm interested to see how that's going to play out. So that's what I'm looking at for us the West. And for us the East, I'm thinking about the Greek Freak. Are they really good enough to get to the finals? That we don't know. I mean, we know he's good, but is his cast then get better? The role players. So I'm looking at Milwaukee, and then I'm looking at pretty much Toronto to see how they adjust without Kyrie, not Kyrie, but Kyrie. See how they adjust, and I'm looking at Boston and see how they gonna adjust. So those are four teams in the East that I'm looking forward to see them play and see how they adjust. And then this is probably gonna be a very competitive NBA season, actually, when you look at it. But we'll soon find out what you got going on, fam. What you think?
Okay, we're going to stay in the East. We just saw last night where Kemba Walker kind of started off slow, but somehow finished with at least 22 points last time we checked.
Right.
He started off very slow. So I wonder, is that going to be a thing for him as he, considered Boston's closer, finisher? Because Boston did win that game, did they? If I'm not mistaken.
Yes, they did.
So, yeah. And then I'm also... Let's see. I guess after 2 games in, Pascal Siakam leads the NBA in scoring. Yeah. 34 points in both games. So, that's him after 2 games. I mean, it looks like he's going to fill that role and just kind of do it just like Kyrie. Just, isolate you and go. See what he can do. Get to the rim and see if he can finish it. That's 2 teams out of the East. I like Philly to win it. Philly to win the East and, overall. We'll get to that later, but right. I love Philly. I think Philly's I think it's just their time. Those young guys, they've all played together long enough, and they're all entering their primes. I love Philly. And out West, we just saw Westbrook the other night. Kind of the closer, maybe that's not going to continue with Harden. He was just cold that night. I mean, he only finished with 19, but maybe that Mike D'Antonio style is more suited for Westbrook anyway than Harden. Harden's just he's got to get off shots and get to the foul line and whatnot. Westbrook, I mean, he almost had a triple-double in his first game with them. So. That's them. Of course, the Lakers. I mean, I've been a Laker fan since that was my first team. I've always been a Magic Johnson and whatnot. and a fan and whatnot. So of course the Lakers, AD, he looks special. He's got that move where he spins to the baseline and just kind of finger rolls it in. There's nothing you can do about it because he's got you so low that you try to jump, you're hitting your hand on the rim. And I also like the acquisition of Hassan Whitehead with Portland. I think that's gonna because Dame Lillard just ain't good enough by himself. I don't care what he does. Hits the last second buzzer to win a series. That's fine. Win another series. I don't see he just ain't good enough like that. So he needs that help. Hassan Whitehead is really good. Very underrated big in the NBA. So yeah, that's that. What you think about the finals? Who do you think's gonna win the East?
Well, right now I think it's probably 3 to 4 man race. You know, Toronto, Philly, Boston, Milwaukee. Mm-hmm. I really can't pick one of those four. You know, it's to me it's just the last man standing. Those teams are very similar. Only thing different is that one team has the Greek Freak, but I don't think his supporting cast is as strong as Philly, Boston, or Toronto. Mm-hmm. So it's just hard to pick. But as far as the West, you had Portland go and went to the finals last year, and like you said, they added Hassan Whiteside to the mix. But you also got Kyrie Leonard, in with the Clippers. Mm-hmm. And the other night, the bench scored 60 points. That's without Paul George. So that team was pretty good before, Leonard even came.
Right.
So the only thing I can say is just going to be, competitive. You're talking Lakers, you're talking Clippers, you're talking Portland, and you're talking Houston. Those 4 teams, I really can't call it. I mean, I really can't. I really can't say who's going to come out of each of those teams. I just know one of those 4 teams are going to come.
But you have to. You're a sports investor, so I need you to invest in one of these teams in the West to win it. Right now, the people, they counting on you, L-Train.
They counting on me. Okay, all right, okay.
Your investment advice.
Investment advice?
Yes.
Houston Rockets are coming out the West.
Houston Rockets. He likes the combination, the Peaches and Herb version of Westbrook and Harden reunited. L-Train think it's going to feel so good. On the West, LeBron looks old, man. I don't care what nobody say. He lost, but he had a step to lose. He had a couple steps to lose. I mean, he almost had a triple-double on opening night, but you can tell it ain't all there anymore. That's not to say he fell off a lot.
Not this year anyway. I mean, they just don't. They team ain't that good.
Who, the Lakers?
Lakers, yeah. I mean, they team just unless they make a in-season trade to get Chris Paul and another player. They might be one and done. I give them 2 and done because they got Anthony Davis. I give them 2 and done. It just depends on who they play. In the West. But I think it's just Houston. I think it's Houston coming out the West.
I got you. I'm gonna take the Lakers. I think AD's gonna eventually step up and say this is my rock.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And LeBron, if he defers to him, LeBron could average a triple-double on some Westbrook shit. You know what I mean? And then out of the East, like I said, Philly. Philly is one hot free agent contract year. Kawhi Leonard away from being in the finals last year. You see, he had to hit that runaway shot, and all that. Right. That miraculous shot at the end to win it. I'm telling you, Philly, it's their time. It's going back to the East. It's going back to Philly. That's my Eastern pick. So my finals pick, my championship pick. I'm betting money on Philly. I'm invested in Philly. What about you?
Well, coming out the East, oh man, I tell you, Toronto, Philly, or Boston.
Right.
gonna have to go with Boston.
You like Boston?
I like Boston.
Okay.
I like Boston. I have to go with Boston. They got a veteran squad, I would think. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And my pick, my sleeper pick of the year is Jason Tatum. Mm. He's gonna be an all-star. He's gonna be a superstar. And I wouldn't be surprised if he end up leading them. Well, I ain't gonna say leading them in score. He's gonna be the second leading scorer on that team.
Okay.
You know, he's gonna be the second leading scorer on that team. So I'm going with Boston, and then against the Houston Rockets.
Okay.
There's my finals pick. Boston against the Houston Rockets.
I'm going L.A. and Philly. And speaking of which, with Philly, I'm also going with Ben Simmons for league MVP. Now, everybody out there tripping. Ben Simmons, listen. One, value. When I got him, it was plus 6,000. Now he's plus 5,000. MVP always goes to a dominant player on a championship level team. You can't tell me that Ben Simmons is not a dominant player and Philly ain't a championship level team. All right? So therefore, him at that price, plus 6,000, now it's plus 5,000, because, looks everybody's re-examining that. That's a value pick. I'm going with Ben Simmons for the MVP. He will win an MVP in the next 3 years. I'm going to take him this year, next year, and the year after.
Ben Simmons, huh?
Ben Simmons. He can be Magic Johnson or he can be Rasheed Wallace. An all-time great or a guy who didn't fulfill his talent. You know what I'm saying? It's up to you, Ben. So I'm going with you for MVP for the next 3 years, barring a significant injury.
Let me give you my MVP.
Go ahead.
Damian Lillard. That's what I'm looking for to win MVP this year. Damian Lillard. I'm looking for if he has an MVP type year. I know I picked Houston, but it'd probably be Portland and Houston in the Western Conference Finals. So I'm going with Damian Lillard to be the MVP this year.
Okay. Who'd you thought won that battle between him and Shaq? Did you listen to any records?
I don't get involved with that foolishness, man. You know what I mean? All that rapping and, with the battle rapping and hoopers, man. Either hoop or rap, man. And, that's what I think.
Right, I dig it.
Go to the bucket, man.
You ain't here to, get into all that. You here to do what?
Get dough, man.
L-Train, Rothstein. Check us out. Like and subscribe to this show. You know how to find us. We'll talk to you soon. We got the college basketball preview show coming up a week from today. So be on the lookout for it. But until then, we just going to help you keep getting to the bag.
And get dough, man.
All right, we'll holler at you.
Peace.